Wow, what a jump shot. He's fine. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this safety shot. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go rail first with some spin. Great shot by Sean Wilkie.
And he drills it. What a shot.
Just great shot,
Great shot there. All right, so looks like Tony won the lag there. Ready to get the show on the road, guys. You are tuning in to the Billiard Sports Network. I am Josh Setterfield, in the booth, joined by my partner Jake Lawson.
Heyo.
It's been a great weekend so far. Day number 1 produced some amazing matches, and day number 2 is guaranteed to be some great pool. We're down to the top 24 of 104 players. It's been an absolutely outstanding event put on by On the Hill Productions. We're hanging out here at Brews and Q's on the Boulevard, sweating these amazing matches. Appreciate everybody for tuning in today.
Kenny and DD have not played yet, but they are scheduled to play.
So I'm not sure that he actually got the result that he was really looking for here. You can see him lining up the line that's actually there. He's trying to see if he can go rail first, but he's going to have to swerve the cue ball a little bit to make that happen. And if he swerves it, hitting down on it to the right like this, you might lose the cue ball, even if you make it. What a shot. That was a great try.
Yeah, it just comes up unfortunate there, and leaves. He's going to leave Tony along a shot on the one ball. And I've watched Tony play so many times. I used to tell people that it looks like he's bored out there. That's how good he plays on these bar tables.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Tony making a joke with the crowd, says, "Can you guys stop yelling while I'm shooting, please?"
Yeah, somebody was calling for Tony Manning.
Yeah.
And so they were calling out Tony while Tony Long is on the table, and he's looking around like, wait, what?
So Tony makes short and quick work of that. He's going to go 1-0 on Dell. Of course, Dell Sim, up from New York, originally from Scotland.
Homeroom.
Yeah, he's known as the Highlander.
The Highlander. He told me yesterday his homeroom's Amsterdam Billiards. It's where he normally shoots out of up there in New York.
Not an avid bar box player by any stretch of the imagination, and if you've ever met Dell, I mean, he is all of about 6'5" or 6'4" or something. He's a very tall guy, so he's already got a 9-foot stroke, and just a big, tall guy. So he's coming down to give it a try here. Played in a bar box tournament before he came down on Saturday. I think he said Friday night he played, just to kind of get used to the shorter table. You see, he makes a ball and doesn't have a. You might be able to see all of this 2-ball. I'm not sure here.
Did you already answer Kim in the chat here?
I have not.
She was wondering if the Lights Out was going to have a booth at the Expo this year.
Kim, we won't be at the Expo this year. I'll be releasing a statement right before the Expo, but just great shot
there.
Just there's so much stuff going on right now. We're going to take this year off, and then we'll be back next year.
I'll tell you what, though, I am excited about is that, there's so many new products we've been able to get up on the website and everything. So even though we're not going to be at the Expo this year, you guys can still save 20% if you guys want to put in an order before then. Today is the last day to use that 20% off coupon. MD State 20.
Yeah, we usually don't do discounts like that, but
look how well he just hit that.
Tried to do it here for the tournament, help these guys out as well. Yeah, he slid up there pretty nicely. Knew the angle, knew he wasn't going to stretch, came off the rail perfect for the 6. So pockets of 7, comes around perfect here on the 9-ball. Dell ties it up 1-1. So each player getting out on their breaks early. So it's always, you always wonder that if everybody gets out on their break, what's it going to come down to? It comes down to the lag. Because who will be breaking on the hill? So that lag is often very important, and I think a lot of us don't practice it enough.
I think the extent that I see most players practice their lag is taking a couple practice lags before their match.
Yep.
And that's kind of it. The lag and the break are two very under-practiced shots in the game. Speaking of which, there's another dry break. And I think the players that are struggling on the break just don't have it dialed in on this table, because the players that do are making that wing ball a good 90% of the time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That was turning out to be a pretty good safety until the 1-ball came and kicked the blocker out of the way. So the fortunate thing here is that he did tie up the 7. The unfortunate thing is that the 2 is so close that it's not going to be the hardest to move that. Let's see if he elects to do it on this shot or not. Yeah, it was going to be hard to get to the 3. There's a side pocket there, though.
Look at this.
Oh, I think he's actually hooked. Yeah, I think he's hooked by the point. Yeah, look at that. Fortunate that he didn't scratch, but still left himself very tough here. Just trying to lock him up behind the 7-8 there. Falls a little bit short, but at least he's going to make Dell have to work for something here. He's got an option to bank this 3 if he wants to, or he can. Yeah, see, he's looking at the 7 here. Just being smart with the way he's deciding to play this here. He was trying to get the 3 behind the 7. He had his cue on the edge of the table, and he was kind of pointing behind the 7. He was thinking if the 3 was to actually contact that long rail, the angle that it was going to be coming towards the 7. And it looked like he had the right angle, just needed a little bit more juice on it.
Oh, man.
Very uncharacteristic miss from Tony there. I know Dell likes to play rotation at a pretty decent pace.
Yeah, he's definitely a pace player. Plays fairly fast.
He's a very knowledgeable guy too. Like we had him in the booth a little bit yesterday. He was, sharing, a couple thoughts on the mic that are just good information, and it's really cool to see the way that he perceives the game. Came up a little bit short there. So he's checking to see if he's going to be able to come around into the 7 here. I mean, if he's looking at 2 rails, I mean, that's a pretty tight angle. He's going to have to, like, draw off this 6, but that's not really possible at that angle. So he's looking at coming. There we go. That's the 3 rails into it. So we're going to see this cue ball come down to the corner pocket by the 9 here. Look. Oh, look at it. Don't scratch. So he rubbed the 9 a little bit, which was unintentional, but it still worked out pretty well for him.
Yeah, and really what he could do here is, he could go for the 7, but it looks like the billiard's on, so he could just push the 7 down to make the 8.
He followed it up to avoid the 8 and almost missed the 7 on it. That was a clincher.
Now he gets it to drop. Nice up and down by Dell to get on the 9 ball.
Yeah, that was perfect. A little bit of outside on that to hold the cue. Cue ball worked perfect. Bill Sims going to take a 1-rack lead. Oops.
So Dell was able to break serve, as they say. So as he goes up, then he'll be breaking here. So he'll have the opportunity to extend his lead if he can get a good break. Of course, both of these players are run-out players for sure. So if the table allows it and it's open up, they both can get the job done. Threat to run out from anywhere. Pockets, there's a ball down. Cue ball trails off towards the corner pocket. Well, it looks like he'll be able to see the 1.
I think he can see the edge of it that he needs to back cut that into the side there.
Very thin cut.
This is going to be a tester here.
Man,
I feel like this angle makes it look easier than it really is.
I think this angle makes it look tougher because of that point is right there. So he don't like it. He just wants to push.
Do you like loading this up with inside and trying to hold it below the 5, 6, and the 4 there, or do you like hitting it with outside and trying to come around?
Yeah, outside.
Look at that.
Yeah, that worked out great because he came down and nipped it and he stayed right in line on the 2. And he was going to be going that way anyway, so that was always going to be an option.
I mean, that could have turned out really bad if he didn't hit the 5 full like he did.
He didn't get all the way down here for this, but he'll just nip the 6 down towards the corner pocket. Draw back here for the 7. Make sure he gives himself a little angle to come back down here on the 8. Just hits it with a little inside. Great speed there by Tony Long. Makes a good shot on the 1 ball to get out of this rack and tie it up 2-2.
Seen a few people struggling to get the rack tight the way that they want it. This is something that Dell was talking about while he was in the booth yesterday was, you know, if you can't get the balls to be completely tight and to be completely flush, if you have enough knowledge about the rack, you can adjust your breaking position to compensate for how the balls are actually racking. And, you know, it's not very much. I mean, it's a few inches to the left or to the right, depending on where you can't close the gap in the rack.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, some people, you know, put the gaps in the rack on purpose to be able to manipulate the break. And that's not necessarily what he was talking about. He was talking about it during somebody having trouble getting the balls to stay still. So, of course, it goes both ways, but got the wing ball crushed in that time. Unfortunately, so is the cue ball. 2 balls really the only problem here.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he clears the 4, I mean, the 2-7 combo is not terrible. You know, because of where the placement is on the 7 ball, so. Yeah, he's looking too. If he gets under it, he could possibly pocket the 2 on the side ball off the 4. I really don't like doing that. And I don't think he liked it either. So I think this was the right shot. You just get close to the 2. Just play the combo.
Nicely done.
So you're just going to come back here to where the... Oh, wow. He
loaded that ball up.
Juiced it up. It's a good shot.
It's one of those things that him being so used to playing on a 9-foot table, like that stroke is not that big of a stroke to have to put on a bar box.
Yeah, he played it well there to get back on the 4 and over on the 5.
You know, something else that he was talking about is, you know, people switching between bar box and 9-foots is just simple things like just shortening your bridge. Use your longer bridge when you're playing on the 9-footer, and if you know, play what feels natural whenever you first get to the table. But if you find yourself overrolling position, just like you did a little bit there, shortening up that bridge could be the answer to solve your problems. It's a fortunate rub on the 9 ball here. Just going to go in the side pocket pretty easy for him. He's back to a 1-rack lead.
Del Sim, 3-2 over Tony Long. Troy, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. We're bringing you, if you're just tuning in, we're bringing you a winner's side match here between Del Sim and Tony Long. We have some great matches coming down. Of course, James Arana still on the winner's side. Sean Wilkie still on the winner's side. Kenny Rutman still on the winner's side, Russian Kenny. So we got we're gonna have lots of great matches to bring you here today as we narrow it down to get to the finals to find out who your new Maryland State 9-ball champion is. Brett Stottlemyre still on the winner's side.
got the place filled back up and popping again. It was so packed in here yesterday. It was awesome.
It was awesome. Everybody was here watching in the arena. It was a great day for pool here.
Sadell comes up dry on this break here with a wide open table. You saw him tapping his cue on the table there. It's very frustrating knowing that with this layout, your odds of getting out are pretty good. And he could have took a 2-rack lead here, but instead he comes up dry, gives Tony a chance to tie the match back up. So Dell was obviously looking to create some distance there. It looks like a slight missed opportunity as long as Tony's able to get out here.
Yeah, Tony plays at a pretty fast pace as well, so like 2 similar speeds. James Zippler is actually on the B side. He took a loss yesterday, so he's actually here today playing.
That was a good shot there.
Speaking of Zippler, he'll play Dave Zenza next. Dave just won over Mike Weller. So, very respectable finish. Mike Weller from Mob. Money Shoutout Billiards. He finished 17th through 24th, so he finished in the top 24, so congrats to him. And Tony Long ties it up here 3-3.
You're right about that.
Thank you, Kenny. Appreciate it, brother. Absolutely, Troy, no problem. It's a little hard to do yesterday, but we took care of it this morning, the first thing. So I got a couple other matches going on right now. Norm Day, a local player here, still fighting it out. He made it into the top 24. He's playing Joe Wright currently. And Rob Metz and Max are going to be playing. It'll be a B-side match. Andy Lincoln, he's also local from Ellicott City. Very avid in the American 14-1 straight pull community. He just won over Rob Metz. He's still on the winner's side.
Tony got out right there while I was updating the scores, right?
Yeah, it's tied 3-3.
That was a great shot by Dell right there.
Glenn, come on down and play. You're welcome here anytime. It's a great place. Yeah, Zippy is on the B side. He's actually playing currently right now.
He's put out a couple people, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Zippler is, he's won lots of different events. I mean, he's won many events here.
What a great hit.
Yeah. So Zippler, he definitely can get there. But he's currently locked up in a B-side match against Dave Zenza.
Got a little tricky rack going here.
Yeah.
A little safety battle. 3-foul rule is in effect, guys.
You got it, doll, no problem. Yeah, I mean, you certainly don't want to really break all this stuff up. But, you have the 3 and the 9 ball tied up. I don't know if he can get the cue ball through there just to nip the one.
Brett Stoudemire, Andy Lincoln, table 1. Brett Stoudemire, Andy Lincoln, table 1.
And I think he's trying to get the cue ball in between the 6 and the 5 to hit the 1. And he doesn't get there.
Brandon Sluhalis, Sean Wilkie, Juan
No, it was tough.
So, of course, you just heard the Wookiees match get called. He's playing Brandon Zualis on the winner's side.
So it looks like Dell's setting up for a 3 foul here, because even if he was to make the 1, break out the 2, he still has to do work to break the 3 out of the 9. And it's going to be less work to just put him in on a, get him on the 3 foul. So you see him being very meticulous about where he wants to do things.
Yeah, Troy, that's a good question. How do you fade slowed play? It's tough. But basically, you know, from what I've heard from a lot of some of these top pros, is just to not pay attention to the match, you know, while you're sitting in your chair.
Yeah, when you see, you know, the top level players sitting in their chair and they're kind of looking off to the side, and it looks like they're not tuning into the match. It's more of an on-purpose thing to keep their mental game where they need it to be.
But yeah, it comes into that mental fortitude sometimes that you have to have. And Tony couldn't make the 1-ball shot there, and Dell
He's looking for the 3rd foul here.
Yeah, puts him on 3.
It was kind of smart. Tony just blasted that pack, and you know, it's something, one of those things, like with hindsight, on his first foul, he probably thought that going for it, he was probably going to break those balls out a little bit more. That way he couldn't keep getting hooked behind it. And unfortunately, it's just not the way it went. So Dell was able to get, there it is.
So Dell Sim 3 fouls Tony Long. Goes up by a score of 4-3.
Something you don't see very often, but when the rack looks like that, I mean, it's a very...
And it's frustrating, too.
Yeah, to be the one on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, exactly. I've been there a few times, and very frustrating. It really enhances your ability to learn how to kick very quickly when you get put in those tough spots. So, but you know, it's really about where you put the ball at, the cue ball and the object ball, to make it really hard for the player. I mean, that was a tough shot there for Tony to get in there, and so Dell just used it to his advantage. So pockets the 1 in the side, wing ball down.
Eyeballs on the 2.
Yeah, he's going to be able to see a shot here. The Highlander. There can be only one. That was before Josh's time.
I remember that one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
All right. They were a little corny, but they were great.
Look at this. He's going to get away with it.
Yeah.
He really went in there and flirted with danger there. Now, the 5-ball gets a little interesting.
Yeah, so this is that bread and butter shot. He's going to hit this with a little inside angle to get the cue ball to run up. Yeah, so it's a tough shot there. He was trying to get it to run up and come around to get position on the 5, but he inadvertently gets a safety play out of it. He taps the table, basically telling Tony sorry. But it does happen.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the game. And, I mean, I feel like something that, you know, a lot of people can take away from watching these guys. You know, they do a really good job at staying composed whenever somebody does get a fortunate roll like that. Like, they don't let it change their demeanor at the table, and that can be the difference between coming back and finishing a match strong or just completely losing all chance. I think he left enough edge of this for that ball to... No, he's just playing safe on him again.
He's got to be careful. There's a pocket down there. See how like he trailed that way, and then it kind of rolled in a little bit there at the end. We saw that a little bit yesterday. But he ends up getting a good safe out of this. Tony, I guess he'll be kicking at this.
Well, you think he's kicking towards the head string, or you think there's enough? Yeah, I guess he is. He's going to go 2 rails. What a hit. Look, he's going to get... Oh, I really thought he was about to get rewarded for that. Oh, so we got some more scores coming our way.
Oh, look at this. Nail biter against Norm Day and Joe Wright. Hill. 7-6. Joe Wright will stay and advance on. Norm Day finishes in the top 24, so good tournament there by Norm. Clint Clayton over Lloyd Billiard. So Lloyd's out. Clint moves on, 7-5. And Rob Metz, the Bullet, the Baltimore Bullet, 7-0 win over Thomas Haas. Wow, what a showing by Rob Metz. Congratulations. Maxey wins over Roland Friolo, 7-4. Looks like he's going to the air here. And wasn't able to pocket the ball. He's going to give Tony a long look at the 7. This going to be pretty routine here for Tony. Just come out to the rail here. Oh no, the curse got him.
Sure did. Strike. We're
Wow.
2 for 2 today.
2 for 2 already. I should wait until they're done. My apologies. Yeah, so speaking of Zev, everybody was asking about Zippler. Dell actually was the one that put Zippler to the B side. Dell won earlier today, 7-6 Hill. So you can see he's playing well. He's going to go up 5-3 here. Gets out of that one quickly. We'll update the score here momentarily.
Dell got that right.
Yep, 5-3 Dell Sim. Race to 7, alternating breaks here at the McDermott Maryland State 9-Ball Championship. Tony pockets the ball. He's going to have maybe we'll see this one. Maybe we'll see enough of it. Just elects to play safe. He's trying to get the cue ball back here behind the 5.
He might have got it.
Yeah, gets him there. So Dell reaches for the jump cue. He's going to go to the air here. And he looks at the lane for the bank. So he's looking for the jump bank shot here. Comes up a little short there on the bank. It's going to leave Tony a shot. So let's see if Tony Long can navigate through this rack and get within 1. Goes by the 8, so just pocket the 4 here and come off the top rail.
Ball drug its feet.
Yeah, he tried to use a little spin there and get it to stay in line. And it worked out for him. Now he's just going to come back over here on the rail.
Tony should be bringing this within 1 here.
Yeah, not much he needed to do there. 9-ball goes in the side. 5-4. Dell still leading. It'll be Del Sims' break.
Appreciate everybody tuning in this afternoon. If you guys are enjoying the stream, go ahead and follow us on our Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch page. And if you want to help keep the stream free for everybody, hit that donate button. No amount's too big or too small. It all goes towards keeping the stream free for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you know, small donations like $100 are perfectly acceptable. So don't feel like that's too small. No, but we really do appreciate all you guys' help. Hit that donate button. Send it over. Send over the PayPal. Send it over. So Dell breaks. Didn't have a clear-cut shot on the one, so elects to play safe. But I think he left the edge of the one for Tony.
He sure did. I thought Tony was going to get unfortunate and scratch off that 9 ball there.
Yeah, you can tell that he leaves him a lane here for the one. Good shot there by Del Sim. Would have liked to have been down a little further on that 2
just
ball.
a couple more inches would have helped so much here.
Because now you have to think, man, 3 ball sitting up there on the rail. Yeah, you maybe just take your medicine, bump the 4, and play the cut. I think he hit that a little firm.
Yeah, he did. I wonder if he was planning on banking this out or just ducking here.
He can just put him right behind the 8 here if he wants.
He went for it.
For the bank. I like just ducking him right on the 8.
Yeah, that was a pretty aggressive play there.
He definitely used all that pocket there.
Yeah, he did, and the rail. Speed let it fall, though. Take a note on that one, guys. If he would have shot that at full rocket speed, there's no way that ball was going to go.
Good shot there by Tony, drawing off the rail on the 7 and stay in line with the 6. He left himself a perfect angle here to get back on the 8. And just come above the side pocket here.
Oh, he hit that perfect.
Yeah, now he's got a nice angle to come down on the 9 ball.
There's a pocket.
Uh-oh. Nah, the speed is fine.
It looked like that ball rolled towards the rail that time. So it really does look like the balls are kind of leaning towards the bottom of the screen just a little bit. Like they're definitely rolling in and out just a little bit. Seeing a ton of my friends from back home tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Luke Fry, what's going on, brother? So it was a good out by Tony there. He needed that. He had to keep himself in this match here.
Yeah, we're all tied up here at 5, guys. Race to 7.
This is a big rack here. This can be the deciding factor because if he gets out here, then the pressure's back on Dell to break and run out on his own rack or at least get the point on his rack. But if Dell happens to get out on Tony's rack here, he'll be first to the hill and then he'll be breaking on the hill. And Tony does not want that.
Yeah, either way, Tony's going to get a shot here to finish it out.
Look at that cue ball. Bounced back 3 feet and then squatted. Bow. Gets rewarded pretty handsomely for it. Got the 3 and the 9 looking a little goofy down table. So he needs to make sure that his angle's right on the 2. You're going to see him walk around and scope this out and see how he wants to get to this 3 ball here.
Thanks, Mike Moyer. Absolutely. You can also go to shoplightsoutbilliards.com and take you right to the apparel store. If you go to lightsoutbilliards.com, just click the apparel store tab at the top. That code is only good until midnight tonight, guys.
Yeah, take full advantage. You guys have 11 and a half hours and 1 minute.
I see Rich commented in here that he appreciates what we did. Rich, just so you know, ran all the Ethernet cables here to make it easily accessible.
Oh, well, hey, Rich, we appreciate you then.
So we appreciate you, brother.
Jake, what are you thinking on this 3-ball here? Because with that 5 being there, it makes it a little bit more difficult to try to bump out here. Is he just going to try to?
He could play the billiard on the 3 if he draws back here on the 2, unless he's got an angle to break it out. Yeah, see, now he's got to play some type of safe here. Maybe
If there was just a
nip the
little
3.
bit, if there was a little bit more of a gap in between the 3 and the 9 there, the combo bank shot to the side pocket would be there, but I think it's just a little bit short the way that it lays.
Yeah. Yeah, he was trying to just punch it over to just kind of bump it out, and just didn't go that way. Sometimes you see a shot and you think it's there, but it's just not.
It's so hard to tell from where we're sitting, but I almost wonder if you can't feather the bottom side of the 3 from the way that we're looking at it.
Yeah.
Let the cue run up table by the 7, 8, and then the 3 stay down table over here, and potentially have the 5 and the 9 once it bounces off the rail as a blocker.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to go the opposite way.
Easily like that.
That's
yeah.
perfect.
That's the shot I like.
That was asking for a lot less going that way.
Kenny Norm Day lost Hill to Joe Wright 7-6, and now Joe Wright is playing Max.
Look at this.
Yeah, it was a good shot there by Dell.
Almost went in. If he'd have went in, he was out too.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
hooks him, but the 3 is just begging to go in that side pocket. So let's see if Tony can send it to the promised land.
Yeah, I mean, this is good for Tony because the 3 balls by the side pocket. He doesn't have to go at this hard at all. You just want to hit a pocket speed just to make it. You see how he hits it. Oh, and he just barely
That angle
missed it.
opened up just a little bit because of the speed.
Yeah, I mean, when he was coming off there, so that's a tough thing about the kicks like that. When you slow it up, the angle changes a little bit. He wanted to come in there and hit that full, so he still had a shot on the 4-ball, and just comes up and hits the wrong side of it. So let's see what Dell's going to do here.
I think he's going to get away with that.
Yeah, I mean, he left him the edge of the ball here. Dell didn't like the shot. He almost got him really good. A little one-pocket shot there by Tony. Of course, Tony's also an avid one-pocket player. And little two-way shot there. He blocks the pocket. There's no lane there between the 9 and the 4. So Dell may have to go back to the jump cue here.
Yep, that's exactly what he did.
So this one's just a little pop. You just want to catch it, get it down quickly here, because you're only going over about 1/8 of the ball. Oh, when he nipped it.
I think he was too focused on not coming off the table there and didn't get up.
Yeah, it's so close there by the. That's the other part when they're close to the rail like that, the tendency to jump off the table. But he didn't really have. He didn't have to go over much of that ball, and you could tell he just kind of mishit it there. Now he's going to leave Tony the road map here.
Ooh, and a scratch.
Wow.
He didn't want it.
Tony concedes that game. Wow, he concedes the rest of that game.
Yeah,
So
that's got to be so frustrating. You get given ball in hand like that, and then you rattle the ball.
Dell goes up 6-5 and takes a brief break to clean his hands off. He tells Tony, man, I got to wash my hands real quick. I'll be back. So take a little minute here just to thank some of our sponsors. And we're back, guys. Del Sim is back. He leads 6-5.
Wing ball, 1 ball, 9 ball.
Yeah, they're all going down. 9 ball is going to spot up. He's going to have a shot here on the 2. So he's going to be in the driver's seat here for this rack if he can get out.
3 balls does it. Yeah, the 9 spots right now.
Yeah.
So he's going to go ahead and throw that up. This is where you're going to see that 6'5" stretch come.
Yeah.
This man could touch the other end rail if he wanted to.
Right. Yeah, good. Comes in a good line here. Just this is a little, stop shot really. Yeah.
That is the break you want whenever you're on the hill. I tell you what.
He broke perfect there. And he's going to run. He's going to move fastly through this. Charlie, thank you, brother.
He one-struck that. Almost missed it. Just going to get on top of this ball.
Oh, no. He did not want that.
He just smiles and shakes his head. Kind of is what I was talking about earlier, where when you get a wide-open table and you stop picking precise points on the rail and deciding where, because a lot of players will always pick where they want to be, but a lot of players don't identify where they can't be.
Yeah, he thought he was going to be on the other side of this, so now he's got to play safe.
And it's not going to be it.
No. Yeah, it's so frustrating. Set up nice. So, Hill thriller here. Tony Long ties it up 6-6. So,
Dell's got to be disgusted with himself right now.
Yeah, costly mistake there. I thought he really was trying to be on the other side of the 8 ball, and if he had hit a little less of it, he'd have been good, right? And he just hits it a little too full, and he tries to play safe to keep the 8 ball like in the center of the table and get the cue ball back to the center to force Tony to bank it, and he ends up leaving him a shot.
Yep. Hey, Charlie, you're absolutely welcome. Appreciate you tuning into the stream. Guys, other than following and choosing to make a financial contribution to the stream, the other way that you can help us out tremendously. Oh no.
Wow, Tony breaks. Hill and scratches.
Well, here's a second chance for Dell. I was not expecting that to happen.
Yeah, he's just got to forget about just what happened on the 8 ball now and just get dialed in here and make sure he gets through this rack.
He's a fast and loose player, but he played a little bit too loose. Cost him the last rack. He's going to bear down just a little bit here and ensures he gets out.
Yeah, I'd like to have been a little higher there on that ball. But he should be okay here. Just come back to the rail. Yeah, there we go.
This is looking good.
Stretch that angle out very well. Now all he got to do is just roll forward a little bit for the 9. And it looks
there
like,
we go.
Yeah, there you go. Tony Long concedes on the 9.
Dell takes it. Wow. That was such a roller coaster of events back and forth right there, those last 4 racks.
So close match.
Wow. Well, what I was saying is those of you who are tuning in, one of the ways that you can support us that will help us out tremendously is if you see any products or services that our sponsors have to offer that you can benefit from, go ahead and fill out that sponsor contact form. There's a link right in the description, whether you're on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. You can go ahead and fill that out. We'll get you in contact with the sponsors. That way they know you guys are coming from the BSN stream. Some of our sponsors have even worked out discounts for people that are coming from the stream, so definitely want to go ahead and reach out to them while the event's still going on, or fill out that form.
So it looks like we got Aranis and Russian Kenny coming up next here on the TV table.